Saludos mi gente y bienvenido a otro programa más de Me Gustan los Deportes junto a Baerga y sus amigos. Este es amigo de siempre, Arnold Palillito Santiago, dándole la bienvenida como siempre. Si lo está viendo en YouTube, tranquilito, coja, dele share a través del link, póngalo donde usted quiera, disfrútelo con sus amistades y déjele saber que hoy también tenemos, mire, otra entrevista de Grandes Ligas y de uno de los tremendos jugadores que se ha puesto un uniforme en la Grandes Ligas. Interesante por demás esta entrevista. Si usted la está viendo en algún lado en Facebook, es porque mire, usted está en la página de Carlos Baerga. Baerga le da el share, dele share por ahí usted mismo también y disfruta con nosotros y más gente disfruta también de esta entrevista especial. Así que le vamos a dar la bienvenida a mi partner del estudio, el ex Grandes Ligas, Carlos Baerga. Saludos, Carlos. Mira a ver, Carlos, ¿me oye? Bueno, tenemos ahí a Carlos.
Ahora.
¿Me está oye?
Saludos, Palillito. Qué bueno que estamos aquí en esta noche de hoy. Saludos a toda la gente que está con nosotros. Tenemos una entrevista súper especial, un hermano, un amigo, uno de los súper atletas que tuve la oportunidad de poder jugar con él con los Indios de Cleveland, mi hermano Kenny Lofton. Sé que van a disfrutar la noche de hoy.
Y así que ya lo saben, señores. Mire, esta es una entrevista que es una excusa perfecta para que usted le pueda comprar o abrir su bolsita de tostitos o vaya y busque una bolsita de las papas tostitos, únala, acuérdese, como siempre le decimos, usted tiene que unirla con la salsa tostitos para que usted tenga el matrimonio perfecto para esta excusa perfecta. Recuerde, puede comprar la de queso, la original, la que a usted le guste. Mi familia, a mí, mi esposa y mis hijas, lo que nos encanta, como siempre le decimos, la de aguacate con pique, pero usted compre la que usted quiera, pero tiene que tenerla porque es la excusa perfecta para, como dice Tostito, ver nuestro programa en vivo. Y recuerde, si usted está en Puerto Rico, tiene un plan médico, usted sabe el drill, un plan médico que no lo trata bien, que no lo pone a jugar, que lo hace sentir mal, mire, no se preocupe, que Baerga tiene el tuyo ya.
Eso es así. Y este plan es el First Medical Plan, que sabes que el plan que te da más a solo $69.21 mensual, con una amplia red de proveedores, con un 100% de hospitales, sabes que beneficios en farmacias, visión, dental, seguros de vida, sabes que y 0 copagos en Metro Pavía Health System y Metro Pavía Clinic. Llama ahora al 888-801-0801. Suscríbete online al firstmedicalpr.com. ¿Sabes qué? El plan que te da más, el plan de salud, ¿sabes qué? De Puerto Rico.
Eso es así, así que señores, siempre agradecidos también con todos los que se están conectando por ahí. Saluditos desde acá. Usted sabe que cuando hacemos las entrevistas, pues se nos hace un poquito difícil, ¿verdad? Tenerlos a todos ustedes intercambiando todos los comentarios, pero usted sigue escribiendo, déjenos saber todo lo que está pasando en el ambiente del deporte. Y usted sabe que nos gusta el baloncesto, nos gusta todo, Baerga. Pero la entrevista de hoy definitivamente es una bien especial, Baerga, porque para mí es uno de los mejores primeros bates que se ha visto en las Grandes Ligas.
Eso es así, ¿no? De verdad que cuando tú hablas de hombre de empezar juegos, este hombre junto a Ricky Henderson, yo creo que son dos de los mejores que ha pasado por las Grandes Ligas y de verdad que me encantaba porque te cambiaba el juego completamente. A la vez que llega a primera, sabes que es una base robada, sabía tocar, sabía jugar centrofield, te ganaba con cualquier momento y si te dormías, Palillito, te la sacaba también.
Sí, también era esa clase de jugador. Así que, señores, mire, no lo vamos a hacer esperar. Prepárese como siempre. El inglés, póngalo al día, como en los últimos días hemos traído entrevistas en inglés para usted, para que disfrute. Mire, aprende de béisbol y aprende también a seguir trabajando su idioma. Es bueno tener los dos idiomas, señor. Así que nada, si usted no sabe quién es el invitado de esta noche, aquí tiene un la.
Absolutely. In and slashes one to left for a hit. Could be a play at the plate. They're waving Espinosa home. Coleman's throw is not in.
Off the green light. They do, and he hits it in the air to center field. Kenny Lofton trying to time the jump, and he makes the catch. Unbelievable.
Jack, this was a much tougher play, and this ball was a good 3 feet out of the ballpark.
Booth, he was making a. There it is. There's your hit.
And infield bump single.
I told you.
The 2-2. Lofton cranks it down the right field line. That ball is gone for a home run. It's 7-0. Hernandez. Lofton hits it to deep right, down the line. It is fair ball, home run, Kenny Lofton. A 3-run home run for Lofton.
And here is our guest for tonight. Welcome, bienvenido a Me Gustan los Deportes junto a Baerga y sus amigos. Kenny Lofton, it's a pleasure for us to have you here, my man.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here with my man Carlos. And how do you say, Polatito?
Polatito, que yo, güey.
Brother, man, what an honor to have you with us today. I always say that I have the opportunity to play with great players, and I have to say I played with one of the best leadoff guys of the game and one of the best center fielder of the game, and this guy was amazing, man. Every time he stepped on the field, something happened. You know, he can be hitting, fielding, running, hitting for a home run, anything. This guy can do it. I was an honor to play with you. Brother, you born in Chicago. You're born in Chicago. I know that you grew up with your grandma. How you can tell us about it?
Well, I grew up with my grandmother, and she taught me a lot. She taught me a lot to be patient, but also understand that you have a gift. My grandmother was blind, and her gift was her touch and her smell. Wow. And those were her senses that she knew she had, and she took advantage of it. So she always say, you have a gift, God gave you a gift, and you need to take advantage of it. And that's what I felt like every time I was on the field. I had a gift from God, and I tried to use it.
Man, that's a pretty good story, Kenny, because I'm pretty sure that you're one of those the lucky one that I could say lucky one, because I have a handicapped daughter too with me, and one of the lucky one that you pretty much was born like nobody's gonna feel sorry for you. Don't feel sorry for yourself. Go ahead, do what you want to do it the right way, and I'm pretty sure that that's one of the things that you learned from your grandma growing up, and it helped you throughout your whole life.
No, it did. It taught me that you can do anything if you put your mind to it, no matter what. We all have disabilities in certain areas of our life, but the advantage you have is the gift that you have. Everyone has a gift.
Yeah.
Sometimes people don't know what it is, but at times you have a gift, and you use that one gift. If it's one gift, you use that one gift to the best of your ability, and she taught me that.
Nice. Kenny, you went to the Washington High School in Chicago. You wasn't playing baseball at that time. You was playing basketball.
Well, yeah. I played both sports, but basketball had all the hype. It had the hype with basketball. There was no hype in baseball. No girls at the games, nothing. But basketball.
You see?
Hey, with a basketball, you can start something anywhere.
I'm very into
But it is true. It is true. That's why we always try to tell the kids here that we work through in baseball clinics and things like that. We always got to tell the parents, let them play all the sports. Yeah. So that will get them going. Meeting other people, getting around other people. Because I do know. Baseball is not the hype. Still is not the hype. Everything is, basketball, football, and all that. Mm-hmm. But at least, even if you are just a good ball player, I mean, enjoying that, I think it's going to help you down the road, makes you a better athletic for the things that you want to do. I mean, but you went. How did you get your scholarship to Arizona?
Well, I end up because I was, playing basketball and baseball, but baseball didn't give out scholarships.
Oh.
So I grew up with no money, so I couldn't get a half scholarship.
Wow.
I needed a full scholarship. And basketball gave a full scholarship. Baseball gave half. So I had to go with the full scholarship.
Yeah, but they wasn't going to give it to you just because you're Kenny Lofton. You have to have talent. You have to have, something in there. But I see that in high school, you pitch. Oh my God! I can't believe that. No way. You was a pitcher. You was if I tell you this, you're not gonna believe. I don't know if you know it. And Palillito and me, we were like, wow. Dave Winfield was an All-American pitcher. He signed as a pitcher, and they make it, an outfielder. That's amazing. I never thought he had that talent. But you was a pitcher and center fielder, but you became an all-state basketball player. Who was the one that you tried to follow at that time? Who was your idol?
Well, really, I didn't really have an idol. I was just trying to figure out what was going to be the best opportunity for me to try to make some money or go to college. And basketball at that time was my opportunity, and I just took advantage of it at that time. But growing up, I also liked Isaiah Thomas playing basketball when I grew up. So he was the guy that I looked up to playing basketball.
Isaiah Thomas with Joe Dumars. What a duo, boy, man. That was, I mean, that's a good one. I love those two, too. That's why I say I love it when they were around. But growing up, when you were playing basketball, let's say, for example, when you were like 13, 14, 15-year-old, do you have a place, let's say, like YMCA that you play, or do you did a street ball a lot? Because I know street ball helps you a lot.
Well, I did it all. I ended up playing with guys older than me, but we ended up playing in the boys club.
Okay.
It was the boys and girls club. That's where we played indoor all the time. And I ended up playing elementary, and then I played junior high school and high school. But the best games were on the concrete courts outside in the summertime.
I know.
That was the best.
That's when you really have to be ready.
That's when you really had to be strong and tough, and because you get knocked on the ground and all that kind of stuff.
Wow.
It teaches you to be a man.
That's the main thing. Be a man.
Be a man in that. That's true. That's true. Kelly, you got a scholarship to get in the Arizona University. You was a backup player at the beginning, to Gray McMillan and Stephen Kerr. Stephen Kerr, Stephen Kerr, the manager for the Golden State. You were the backup. How was that at the beginning?
Oh, in the beginning, because again, I was a guy coming from, where I come from, and wanted to play every single day, and I knew my talents were there. But again, with the coach, just felt like, who was going to be back up, who was going to play. But Steve Kerr, he was an unbelievable shooter.
Yeah.
So, oh my goodness, he can just hit anywhere on the court. And his first couple of years, they didn't have the three-pointer.
Wow.
But then after that, they had the three-pointer, and he would shoot three-pointers all over the place.
That's kind of like staying. Back then, of course, it makes you feel kind of like the infield chief. Once they put the infield chief, he knew how to hit the other way. So he was doing it easy. But that must be a great experience too. Playing with the high level team. Because University of Arizona has always been good in all sports, pretty much. How you ended up in the baseball team?
Well, funny thing, I didn't play baseball in college.
You see?
Wow.
No, I only had one at bat in college.
Are you kidding me?
What a story. That's amazing.
Because what happened was the scouts saw me run. That's it. Because after we played the Final Four in 1988, I went to go work out with the team because I was missing baseball. I was a basketball player, but I was also a baseball player. So I asked the coach, Lute Olson, called the baseball coach and said, Kenny said he wanted to come out and just work out with the team. So I went and worked out with the team, and some scouts were there. They saw me, they're like, this guy can fly. It was funny how they were having me to run to first base and run around first to second, and they had a stopwatch, and they was like, does it work?
This is real or what?
This is real? Wait a minute. Sir, can you run from home to first again?
I know.
Yeah.
It don't work. Wait, how's that thing going this fast? And they kept doing this and kept doing that. And it was like, wow, this guy is fast.
Oh my God, this is kind of like Wesley Snipes in the Major League movie. This guy could just run. I don't care if he could hit or nothing. We'll teach him how to hit. We just want. Wow, Kenny, only one at bat?
Well, yeah, one at bat, but I played all in high school, whatever. But one thing I could do, and nobody had to teach me much about it, just a little bit, but I can always bunt.
Yeah.
And then I had a little small understanding. We were somewhere, I forgot where we were, and they had Rockaroo
to kind of just,
in Cleveland, just kind of, give me some little tips. And once he told me those little tips, it was a wrap.
I was going to bring you that, about Rockaroo when Cleveland before we let's don't go too quick. Let's go suave.
Okay.
You got the opportunity to sign with the Astros, you know, and you were the 70th round in the draft from 1988. When they sign you, you right away take that moment. Do you sit down and decide to be a basketball player or a baseball player? It was easy for you?
No. So what happened was 1988, I signed. I was still playing basketball in 88. We finished the season. After the season, I went to work out with the team. They signed me that summer. So I played minor league baseball from June until August. And I went back to school and played college basketball.
Wow.
So I was a minor league baseball player playing college basketball.
How that happened? How did
Yeah.
you do that?
Because it's two different sports.
Yeah,
Wow.
different.
So I was an amateur in one sport and a pro in the other sport.
Wow.
Yeah. I was the same way in '98 when I was with the Cubs in Able. We had Quincy Carter. Quincy Carter was still playing football in college, but he was playing with us. I was like, how could you be a pro here, but you were still an NCAA guy there? And then, of course, he ended up playing in the football too in the NFL. But I couldn't understand that. But the way they go, two different sports. Well, you could be pro in one and still be eligible in another one. But I mean, I still in odd. Only one at bat. And we go back to that Dave Winfield interview we did here, because Dave Winfield was always a pitcher. He got drafted in the NFL the same way because they saw him running. They saw him running and hitting people. He said, well, this guy could hit people. Trust me. So they drafted him. I'm like, what?
They saw him in a fight.
Basketball. Oh, he's totally no. Would draft him too. So it's amazing. And then he goes pro, never playing the minor league, goes straight to the big league. Oh, you're not going to pitch anymore. You're an outfielder. And now I get you here. Guys, this is tough. I mean, I know you could run, you could do all that. But minor league baseball is totally, different than playing in college. So, not getting that at bats in college, Kenny, man, did you even knew what you were doing on your mind of, wow, I'm really ahead of a lot of people here?
Well, again, they always say you can't teach speed. And for me, and which Carlos knows, is that I knew what I was good at, my ability. Yeah. I didn't try to hit home runs. I tried to put the ball in play and use my speed. And when I got on base, I was just very aggressive. So, again, I knew my talent, and I just tried to take advantage of it. And for me, not playing baseball, coming out of, college, the minor leagues, I knew I just had to work. I worked hard every single day to try to get better and try to improve my skills. And I just got better and better.
I see here that your first year was maybe the first year, like one homer, 14 RBIs, learning the league because, you don't play that much. You don't play that much, 214. But then you went from that to 292, 17, 40 stolen base, 62 stolen base, and 17 with 17 triples, 19 doubles. So everything went up right away. Boom, 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 boom. You keep going up. That's when Cleveland say, hey, no. Houston bring you to the big leagues. So when Houston bring you to the big leagues, when they call you to the big leagues, you can let us know, how that happened.
Well, let me tell you the story before that. When I was with the Astros, we were Tucson, right? And Charlie Manuel was the manager at Colorado Springs, and for the Indians. And crazy Charlie
came up to me.
I'm gonna tell you, this is a true story.
Yeah.
Charlie Manuel came up to me and said, "Hey, son, Charlie, son, I'm gonna get you over here, son. You gonna get you over here with me." I'm like, "What?" He said, "Yeah, I'm gonna get you over here with me, son. You can play. I'm like, "Whatever, dude." And Charlie was hollering at me, "Hey, son, you gonna get with me?" That was funny. That off season, I got traded to Cleveland.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
But
the same thing happened to me when I was playing with San Diego in AAA. My Hargrove was the manager for Colorado Springs, and he's the one that said to the Cleveland, "If you want to make a trade for Sandy, you have to bring Carlos Baerga too in that trade. So that's what happened, man.
So again, it was because we ended up playing AAA and we ended up winning the AAA championship.
Okay.
And we got to the clubhouse and the manager said, "I need to see you." And he said, "Hey, you're going to Houston." I'm like, "What?" He said, "You're going to Houston." I'm like, "What? Pack your bags. You're going in the morning."
Wow.
Oh my God.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Look how good.
Look at the legend. Look at that. No.
Save it, Smokes.
No chance.
No chance, Smokes.
Hey, Kenny, I was nice to you because in that same game you got picked up at first, and I didn't put that. No.
Yeah, I did. Hey, you know what? And Smokes never let me live that down.
Oh, really?
Never.
Wow.
He never let me live that down. Every day he see me, he's like, "I knew I'll pick you off." So, I was, but I said, "Hey, man, that was a buck move. That was the buck move."
Yeah. But man, how to be in the big leagues, to put that uniform on, I can imagine the first day, your first day in the big leagues, all the things that went through your mind. I can see you sitting down, thinking about where you're coming from, what you went through when you was a little young kid, stuff like that. You can tell us about it?
Well, again, I grew up in the area where it was gun shooting, drugs, just gangs or whatever. And for me to be able to get to the position where I was or whatever, it was awesome. My first day in the big leagues, I was just in awe. I had a great game. Again, what they say, you have a great game and it's all downhill from there. So the first day I was 3 for 4.
Yeah.
And then the next day was 1 for 4, 0 for 4, 1 for 5, 0 for 5.
Hey, that happens right now to Franco. Franco, the best, the number 1 prospect, he went through that. But you know what? That's everybody go through that.
I could only see you getting a few hits. I said, "Oh man, I could hit here all day."
This is easy. Wait, first of all, it was first day. The first day it was Randy Myers.
Okay.
With 3 for 4 that day. The next day, you know who it was?
Who?
Crazy Rijo.
Oh, said Rijo. Oh my God.
Wait, Carlos.
Yeah. Yeah. He let you know.
Yeah, he was telling me. I'm like, this dude is cuckoo. So, like, my second game in the big league, I got this picture doing this to me.
Yeah.
You're like, this is in the big leagues now. Every day I'm gonna see it.
Wow.
Like Trevor Bauer.
Yeah, but no, Rijo did it first.
Yeah.
Oh
And
my
Rijo
God.
did it in the big leagues. I'm like, what the heck is going on, man?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Hey, Kenny, all of a sudden you get that trade to go to Cleveland. Of course, you already had in your mind, I guess, Charlie Mano was, they really want me there. I mean, how that trade, how you got that trade in your mind? Like, because I know now you go to Cleveland. The Astros already had it. It wasn't that bad of a team. It was always battling in the first place there. But how was for you? I mean, did you feel like, I think this is going to be great for me now in Cleveland instead of here?
Well, again, it was just for me. I just knew I had an opportunity to play, and then they told me, Kenny, it's with the Astros, they had Gerald Young, they had Steve Finley there, and we were kind of, they were trying to bring me up, but those guys were there as well. And they said, when you come to Cleveland or whatever, it's your position to lose. So that's all they had to tell me. It's your position to lose, and I said, I'm not losing it. You giving me something? I'm not letting you take that away from me. And I just took off.
Take off. I something that I have to say, man. You since the first day that you show up to spring training, you was willing to learn, willing to to get better. And I remember when the Cleveland Indians bring Rod Carew to work with him, with Bonnie and base stealing and hitting. We say, man, I think this guy gonna become an animal now, because Rod Carew was, he can hit for you, but this guy was a Hall of Famer, and that was the best thing that happened. But you was willing to listen, to watch, and to learn. And not too many players now, Kenny, and you know that. You know, me and Kenny, we go spring training. I'm telling you, Palillito, sometimes nobody asks us anything. They don't say anything to us. You know, if you have a player like veteran players in there, go and pick the brains. Now it's not, Palillito. It's
okay, remember, right now, Kenny Lofton, for this new baseball, is non-existent for them. Like, I don't have to steal bases. We don't steal bases. I don't need you. I mean, Kenny, I don't know how you feel about it, but I mean, it's not that long ago you were playing ball. Yeah. It's not long ago that your legs, your bunting ability, and all this stuff was making teams win ball games. But now, I mean, it really feels like when we have Barry Larkin here the other day, I really feel like you guys are like, I don't know, like ghosts now.
Oh yeah, I mean, again, the game looks so bad. I watched a couple games and it's sad. You don't see guys stealing the base. You don't see guys bunting. You don't see guys hitting the other way. You know, it's like you guys not doing anything. It's just sad to watch these guys are not doing anything on the baseball field. They think it's easy.
Yeah, and this thing that you did here, with all this infield shift, you would think Baerga and Kenny, a lot of guys would try, but no, they don't. Not too many try this. Maybe Javi Baez that goes crazy once in a while, Acuna goes crazy once in a while, but I mean, this is winning baseball.
Yeah.
Again, I always tell people on the baseball field, you got to be aggressive. You got to be aggressive because you never know what's going to happen. You never know. So you just got to be aggressive. And I've always was aggressive, and all my teammates knew that I was going to play hard, I was going to be aggressive, and always taking advantage any way you can.
Wow, look at that. That's just Randy didn't have a chance.
I was saying to Palillito before we started, bringing here. I talked to him about that play right there. I remember we have a plan that day before the game, and we put a plan together that we said to Kenny, we need you to bump, we need you to steal, we need you to drive this guy crazy. Because Randy that year win 20 or 21 games. So look at what Kenny did right away. Bonnie, he threw no chance.
And you already knew Baerga, he's gonna steal second. I mean, you already knew the way Randy feel this. It's like he's lost. I mean, he got no idea how to deal with Kenny. No way. Oh, God, that's fast. That's just fast.
Yeah. Stolen base, not even throw. They don't even
no way.
No
way.
They know what's going to happen, like that. And you know what? That's something that Kenny bring to our table, and it was something special. And I remember that this guy right away still 66 bases. The guy that was killing the league in base stealing was Ricky Henderson, and in the other side was Vince Coleman. And Kenny changed that again, bring that again, to the league, to steal bases. You did it 5 years in a row, 66, 70, 60, 54, 75. Do you got to explain, people here that when you step in the field, you want to make things happen. You can tell them?
Well, that was my game plan, and I always say Sandy Alomar said it the best. He said, Kenny, when you go, we go.
Yeah.
So, and I just felt like that was my job, is to get on base, because again, a lot of people didn't do that. A lot of people didn't want to take a lot of pitches to make the pitcher work. But I just felt like I was the guy on the field, and I just had that attitude that can't nobody stop me. That was the mindset I had. It was in my mind that can't nobody stop me, even though, it was some people out there better than me and can't stop me. But I, always say, you didn't let them see you sweat. You didn't let them see that if you were scared, if I was scared, I didn't show it.
Yeah.
Like facing Randy Johnson at times, I was a little scared, because he gets a little wild. You know what? But you know what? I was out there every day.
Yeah.
When he was on the mound, I played. And I remember one time we was playing and Wayne Kirby was there, and I came in and then we tricked him. I said, we said, Kenny, go in there and tell Wayne you can't play today. Your stomach hurt, you sick, you can't play today. Because Randy Johnson was pitching, and Wayne was like, no man, you gotta play.
And Kirby says, you crazy. No, you're
crazy, man, you gotta play.
Well, hey, and by the way, they stole the Rookie of the Year from you that year. I think that
Oh,
year
yeah.
you were better, that way better. Not completely. I mean, way over to be unanimous. But I think you were way over Pat Listas that year. I mean, it's just ridiculous. I mean, I don't know if we could Cleveland, you know how it is, Cleveland Brewers, whatever.
Yeah.
But you definitely for me, you were the Rookie of the Year. I mean, but then after that, you get to go to the, with Cleveland, you get to make it to the World Series in '95.
Yeah.
How was that experience for you?
Man, that was a great experience. I think that year we just showed baseball that you can have fun and you can go out there and do what you want to do and just enjoy it. And for Cleveland to haven't been in the World Series in I don't know how many years, it was awesome for the city of Cleveland. It was awesome. And I just wanted to make the best of it. And I just played the game like I always played, enjoy it, have fun, get on base, steal bases, and do it. That's what I felt.
Look, Baerga, he's setting you up for an RBI. There you go.
No, this guy, I said to everybody, all those years that I bring 100 RBI, it was because I have Kenny Lofton in front of me and Omar Vizquel. Kenny put the table, right there for me all the time, and I just have to put the ball in play. I don't like to leave guys on base. I always make contact. I always make contact. And Kenny, you can tell these guys, when I don't feel good, what I used to do, I want the ball. Bring it in. You have to be intelligent. When you don't feel good hitting, that's the way you play the game. But you know what? It was something special. And something that I want to say to a lot of people, this guy became one of the best hitters of the game. Look at this, Palillito. He hit 349. And he don't win the batting champion. 349. He don't win the batting champion. 325, 333, 317. Hey, all those years, he 300. You know what? And right now, yesterday, we just say in our show yesterday, we said to a lot of people, you know how many people are hitting 300 right now in the big leagues? Just 15 in both leagues. 15, counting both leagues. That's it, Kenny. You know why? Because now it's a home run and strikeout. Do you like the way we're playing the game right now?
Oh, man, I hate it. If we had those many strikeouts in the game, nobody will have a contract.
Yeah.
Nobody have a contract. They will be sent home, sent to the minors.
Yeah.
Now they get 20 home runs, they make $25 million.
Yeah.
20 home runs, but 225 strikeouts, $25 million.
Yeah.
I mean, in this baseball, I remember playing in the minor with the Indians, and I remember telling Russell Bryan, "You strike out too much, man. They're telling you not to strike out too much." If Russell Bryan would be playing in this era, he would be a number 4 hitter, making $26 million a year, striking out at 220 times, but I don't know, maybe hitting 40 home runs, driving 75 runs. But I mean, I think that the game that you play while you were in the big leagues, I mean, people don't know how much we need that. I mean, I think people are just, I don't know, they're living a different life with technology. They want everything to be quick. But I'm like, quick was speed. A guy that could steal bases. I mean, everything always had one or two guys like you. I mean, you need to have them, and now they're gone. Now, if Kenny Lofton playing the big league, you have to hit 30 home runs or you're out.
Well, again, they don't have guys like myself, Carlos, and Albert. I got to tell the story. Carlos and Albert. So we always said Carlos was a doubles machine, right? So I used to get on base, and if it was a tough pitcher, you let guys, if a tough pitcher to steal off of, I stayed at first base. And Carlos used to always hit doubles, right? Doubles, and I score. There's one time Carlos hit a doubles in the gap. I'm running around there, touch second, I touch third, and I look up. Albert Belle is halfway down the line. Says, "Stop! Stop!" I'm like, "What are you doing? Stop! Stop!" Like, what's going on?
That's my RBI. You can't.
He's stopping me. He's halfway up the baseline with his bat and his glove. Stop! So I'm putting on the brakes. Like, what's going on? Dude, I need the RBI. I need the RBI. Time to go back to third base. I'm like, sorry, Carlos. Carlos, what happened? I said, man, Albert, stop me at third base.
Albert was like that. And another thing that he said to me, don't go to steal. Stay for base. Don't get thrown out. He tell me, Parillito, don't go to second base. Stay there. Kenny, okay, they can see it, but you stay for base. Hey, man, Albert Belle was one of the best players I ever played, the game. And Kenny know. And I said to Kenny that I want to bring you here because I know people want to listen to Albert Belle. This guy was you remember how many times we had to wait for him in Texas after the game, getaway day, Parillito. Getaway day, we all dressed in the bus waiting for Albert because he was in the cage. Because he was 2 days in a row, 0-for-8. No. We have to wait for him. There was no Uber.
Back then.
Tell him about it, man.
Man, this guy was a machine.
Yeah.
And he hated to fail.
Yeah.
If he didn't get a hit, or the worst thing for Albert to do is leave a man on base, he will go crazy. He will go crazy if you leave a man on base. That's how he was. And he wanted to play every single game.
That's true.
Yeah.
If he comes to the clubhouse and he's not in the lineup,
7.
Oh boy,
he grabbed the lineup, Parillito. I know like this.
Do another one. Yeah, I mean, and you could tell that the day that he had to announce about his hip not being able to play because of that. I mean, you could tell in his face he was more. People got to see him more human there because, of course, it's hitting him. I'm not going to be able to play. And it's hard. I mean, so people have little different thing about Albert because they just used to see what they put on TV and all that. But I mean, you guys play with him. I got to see him. Spring training, didn't get to talk to him because you don't talk to Albert. You just leave him alone. And that's it. When he talks to you, you talk to him. That's it.
Yeah.
But I remember Damian Jackson used to bring it to my room. I said, Damian, what are you doing? That's Albert Belle. He's going to kill us here. No, he's my buddy. He's my buddy. Your buddy. I don't know, man. But I mean, we need somebody get killed. But Kenny needed. I mean, so people that are out there, Kenny. In case you don't know who Kenny Lofton is, if you don't know, well, I don't know what rock you being if you like baseball. But this is the game that I really miss. I really miss this, Kenny. I really getting a guy that gets some base, and everybody in the whole ballpark know he's going. He's going. I mean, even if you get thrown out by any chance, Kenny. It's fun for the game. It's a good product what we're watching instead of just sitting and waiting. I mean, look how you could create runs. Guys, look at I mean, I wish we could have more guys like this, Baerga, because it's sad. You put every game, Kenny, I tell Baerga always and the guys here, you could put any game you want tonight. Any game, they all start almost at the same time, and you don't miss nothing because they all play the same way. It's the same game over and over. Back then, Indian played one way. The Braves play another way. The Cardinals play another way. Now it's like everybody the same way. And you already said, I mean, you hate it. You hate it.
Yeah, because again, I mean, you got to learn how to manufacture runs because some of these pitchers are good. Yeah. And you got to figure out a way to do something else than to try to hit the ball at the ballpark. Because some of these good pitchers, they're not going to let you hit it out the ballpark.
Yeah.
You know what?
Kenny, I gotta ask you what players, right now they're playing in the big leagues you love to watch?
I like to watch Mookie Betts.
Okay.
He's the only guy out here that's, well, Lindor. I mean, Lindor, everybody likes to watch Lindor.
Yeah.
But because again, Mookie Betts, a leadoff hitter, Lindor is like the I call it the Robbie Alomar. He can just do it all.
Yeah.
So, and that's why I look at Lindor. I look at Robbie Alomar. But and Robbie wasn't a leadoff hitter; he was a number 2 hitter, specialty, and Lindor the same way. But I just like Mookie Betts, the leadoff hitter. He don't try to hit home runs, but again, the game has changed a little bit. But he still puts the ball in play, and that's what you got to do is put the ball in play. And to this game today, they don't want to do that.
And I'm not surprised that you say Mookie Betts because not because I'm a Boston fan, but it's just because you saw the Dodgers. They won because he made that team win. He was stealing bases in the World Series. He was moving around. He was bunting. He was doing everything, taking the walk. And it reminds you, the way you were playing back then. But what was, I don't know what to say because you were in the 2004 Yankee team. That's the only time I didn't care about Kenny for that time while you were wearing that uniform, man. What happened there? How did that happen?
Well, I'll tell you how that happened. I was sitting on the bench. That's why you guys won. I was sitting on the bench. If I wasn't sitting on the bench, you guys would have lost. So, but again, you guys had Kurt Schilling on the mound with a messed up ankle, and I'm sitting on the bench. I should have been bunting and making him get off the mound.
Yeah. I mean, and I was going to ask you that too, because how do you feel? Because you were perfect for the knuckleballer. I mean, drive Tim Wakefield crazy. I mean, and I mean, you could drive Kurt Schilling crazy. And Pedro is one of those guys. You've bunting a few times. He's ready to kill somebody. You know how he gets hype. I mean, and you might be able to be the key guy for 3 important starters for the Reds of that year.
Actually, 4. I owned him, Wakefield, Schilling, Pedro, and I owned them all.
Derek Lowe, just to put in there.
Wow.
So, yeah, if you see the average against those guys, I played well against each starter that they had, and I was sitting on the bench. Look at my numbers against Pedro. Yeah. Pedro didn't like me.
I know. He don't like us. He was unbelievable. Kenny, you did something, and you talk about your speed. You talk about you know how to bunt at the beginning. You became a great hitter, but you also became one of the best outfielder. You win 4 Gold Glove, and I thought that you can win more, but I know you had Ken Griffey Jr. In all those years, and he won most of the Gold Glove in there. How important was for you the defense?
Well, I just felt like defense was just as big as offense, and a lot of people don't look at it that way. But I felt like if I was able to stop the other team from scoring runs, we had a great chance of winning. So I did whatever I can do in the outfield, but then I had 2 guys on the side of me, Albert on one side, Manny on the other side. So I had a lot of work to do because
pull to pull.
Yeah, so, but the thing about it is, I always say with those guys, it depends on how good they were hitting. If they were hitting good, they wanted to be all-star in the outfield.
Yeah.
But they were hitting bad, they didn't care. They didn't care. So I had to think about it. Yeah. Okay, what did he do today? How many hits he get? He got one. So I'll know how he's going to play in the outfield.
Yeah.
One time a ball was hit. Albert got 0 for 4. A ball hit to the outfield. He didn't move. Right over his head. I had to go all the way over there to get the ball and catch it over his head. Yeah. He never moved.
I remember that.
You look around and Albert is probably just going, 0 for 4. Yeah, what happened?
No, he had his hands on his knees the whole time.
Yeah.
And I caught the ball behind him. Yeah. His hands still on his knees, and I threw it in and went back to center field.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Hey, but you got to enjoy something when you went to play with the Giants. I mean, you got to put your team in the World Series. I mean, no Barry Bonds. I mean, this is kind of like Steve Kerr, John Paxson. No, I'm going to do it. No Barry Bonds. I mean, how this moment felt?
Man, that was one of the best feeling moments again to help a team and look at Barry. Barry going off and running at me. Barry kicked me out. They squeezing me.
Body ball running like that? Wow.
Yeah, Barry can run when he wants to.
Wow.
So it was just a great moment to have a city be on your back like that, and I had the opportunity. And the thing about it is, with the Cardinals, we had with me and Tony La Russa had some incidents, and then me and Joe Klein. Klein, we got into it, and then all of a sudden it was the moment. Yeah. And for me, when you put me in a moment that you had me, I'm like all in. Yeah. And he threw that little stinky little slider. Bam! Get out of here.
What a moment.
Joe Klein played with us in Cleveland. He played with us in Cleveland too.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. That's a moment that I know you're never going to forget. It's like our moment when we clinched in Seattle to be Randy Johnson. Oh, yeah. That was something special. And I know that, we were so close to win a championship in Cleveland. That was unbelievable, the way we lost with that kind of team that we have in there. But you was a player that everybody won in the playoff. and everybody want to bring you to the playoff, stuff like that, because you always step up, in the special moment like that one. Do you feel pressure in any moment or anything like that?
No, again, I just feel pressure. I just know I just need to do my job. I just need to do my job, and I just felt like if I did my job, and I just wanted to show the guys around me, this is what you're supposed to do. This is how you're supposed to do it. And I always say I live by actions. A lot of people talk a big game, but I always say, you know what? Just let my actions speak for itself.
Yeah.
And that's what I did.
In that home run, Kenny, was that a pinch hit home run?
No, that wasn't a pinch hit home run. He was just rolling.
I mean, you acted like, oh, that. I'm like, buddy, I'm gonna sing a ball.
Because what happened was he was like this guy. They were saying he was gonna kill everybody or whatever. And that was like, I think that was like the 7th inning, and he was kicking our butts. And then I come up, I'm like, you know what? I hit a line drive the first time or whatever, and he got me out. I'm like, if he saw that same pitch again, I'm gonna try to knock it down his throat. And it just happened to get that backspin, and went out the ballpark. And people went crazy because
look at that. He's like, yeah, right, whatever, buddy.
Yeah, I got you. Okay, I know it. Yeah, throw that same pitch. Yeah, throw that same pitch here.
Oh my God, that was. I don't know why I'm laughing. I'm a Red Sox fan. I should not be laughing at this. But I'm laughing.
Throw that same pitch. You throw it.
Right there. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Kenny, you play with great players. I saw that right now that you play with Barry Bonds. You can say for you, Albert Belle. You play with Albert Belle. You play Tommy, Manny Ramirez. We can play. They will.
I play all those guys.
So many. Do you
Chipper Jones?
Do you can pick 3 out of all those guys the best player you ever play with?
Nobody's watching.
Oh yeah, right. Wow.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Wait, you know how they do it in court? I plead the 5th.
I gotta tell you, when I was letting people know that we were gonna interview you today, Andrew Young was like, all right, good. Hell of a guy. So remember, Andrew Young, he might be in that list.
Yeah.
I plead the 5th.
Okay.
But I mean, how nice is after you retire? Now that we're talking about those players, after you retire, you could sit down and say, man, I remember watching this guy getting ready, Chipper Jones, a switch hitter, what a hitter he was. I remember seeing Sammy Sosa, completely different than Barry Bonds, because one is right, one is lefty. I mean, do you know how lucky, or I don't know, blessed you are to be in the big league for so long and be able to be teammate with a lot of the good ones?
No, and that's the good thing about it is I even play with Derek Jeter. Like I said, it's like a lot of players that I played with. It's hard because everyone had their different things about them. Everyone had something different about them, and that's where you got to enjoy. It's like, wow. And you can just say, I even played with Frank Thomas, it's like, it's like, wow, these guys were good. And you just keep throwing the names out there. It's like, I don't know, because each one of them had their own specialty about themselves. And it was just unbelievable. I just feel like the teams we had in the 90s and 95 was one of the best teams ever. I feel that I played on, because we had speed and power, and we had guys with a good eye, knew how to walk, didn't strike out much. So that's something you can't teach. That 95 team is something you can't teach. It's like I got over, Omar got me in, Carlos Tome got him, and Albert and Eddie got us in. So it's like if one person didn't do the job, somebody else did.
And Kenny and Baerga, to make you guys feel better, the only way you could stop that team is with 3 Hall of Famers, and that's pretty much what happened. 3 Hall of Famers,
3 Hall of Famers,
and the umpires.
Hey, you know what, Kenny? Last week, I sit down to watch the last 3 games, and that was amazing. I never thought there was so many pitches outside that they caught. To give them,
it was bad.
No, people don't get mad at us because we're talking about this, but you guys know it's true. That's how it was. My first at bat in a freaking spring training with you guys was against Tom Glavine, and Javi Lopez he comes to fastball down the middle strike. He goes, we're going now. And I kept going out, and the last one, he was almost in the first base batters, but I said, what? I mean, there's no way I could swing at the aisle. Go rookie, sit down.
Yeah.
So, but I watched the whole game, and he was doing it to everybody.
Yeah.
And if you guys get in top of the play, maybe something in a little, and then goes back again. I'm like, and these umpires just kept going strike. Yeah. So that was the only way to beat you guys. 3 Hall of Famers with the umpires that were helping them out.
Yeah,
Kenny, my friend, I want to say thank you for this opportunity to interview. You was one of the players that I always love to have in my team. You come to the ballpark to play hard every day. You was a clubhouse leader. The guy that put the music to keep going, for the Cleveland Indians. And when this guy go, we go. And I was special time to play with you, man.
Thank you. It was awesome. It was awesome playing with you guys. I just had fun because we enjoyed the game and we just wanted to play and do well.
There you go. At least you got small than everybody else a few times, so that's good. I mean, you got your revenge in the All-Star game. I mean, how was that spirit? Your first All-Star game. How was that spirit? Because you ended up being one of the best hitting All-Star game.
No, I know it was awesome. I should have got the MVP if it wasn't for I think Craig McGriff hit that.
Yeah.
Look at that, Pedro again.
Pedro.
I even got him.
That's Pedro right there. You're killing.
Oh
my God, Pedro! Sorry, man. We love you.
Sorry, Pedro. I'm a G.
I know.
Hey, but you know what? But you know what? I heard that somebody called and told me. He said doing Pedro's one of his Hall of Fame speeches when he was talking in the interview, and they said who was one of the toughest left-handers. He said that dang Kenny Lofton, boy. I don't know. It's just something about him. I had his number. I don't know.
I know. Me too, man. I see him really good. I just wait for the change. Kenny, I want to say something to you. For me, you're a Hall of Famer. I see the numbers. Yeah. I see the numbers of Team Reigns. I see the numbers of all the outfield. They've been there. Do you believe that you're going to be there?
Again, it's not up to me. I just feel like I put my numbers up, and it's up to, and hopefully the veterans or the other committees that come up look at my numbers and compare my numbers. And during the time, that I played, I mean, I felt I was one of the best at my position. So if that's not good enough, I don't know what is.
You see, and I'm pretty sure Albert Belle will always tell you, if you would have followed my lead, I would have helped you stay at 300. Instead of 299. You see, I would have helped you. Oh, Baerga, take it away, my man.
Nothing, man. 6 All-Star games, 4 Gold Glove, 2,428 hits, 130 home runs, 299 batting average. Man, 1 point, 300. 1 point right there. That was good. 383 doubles. 116 triple, 600. How many stolen base? 622 stolen base. Not too many guys have that. This guy right here was a special guy. God bless you, my friend. Thank you for being with us tonight. It was an honor to have you, brother.
No, it was awesome. Thank you guys for having me. I had fun.
Have a good one, my man. God bless you, my man.
God bless you.
God bless you.
All right. Bueno, señores, ahí teníamos a Kenny Lofton, de verdad, uno de los mejores primeros bates, y Baerga, pues, compañero tuyo por mucho tiempo, y lógico, mientras tú lo ves bien jugando, pues, a lo mejor tú te sientes normal, un pelotero normal, como tú eras un pelotero normal, somos jugadores estrellas, somos buenos, pero cuando te retiras y empiezas a comparar y lo que hizo fulano con versus sutano, yo estoy seguro que te das cuenta de que, wow, el tipo era caballete.
Sí, no, fildeando, bateando, tocando, no importando que la tercera estaba adelante, palillito, ese hombre tocaba y llegaba quieto. Ese toque de Randy Johnson fue casi de frente, un poquito para el lado, ¿sabes? Y le llegó quieto completamente, y de ahí se convierte en triple, porque te roba la segunda y te va a robar la tercera. No tenía miedo, jugaba el juego fuerte. Era un hombre que de verdad, sinceramente, cada vez que se ponía su uniforme, algo iba a pasar, y de verdad que fue un honor haber jugado con él todos los días, de verdad, increíble.
Y a mí me gustaba verlo siempre a ustedes en Spring Training, pero él era uno de los que yo siempre veía, porque no cambiaba, o sea, no cambiaba, él era el mismo hoy, mañana, a cualquier hora que tú lo vieras. Era un tipo que trabajaba duro siempre, no estaba para comer ñoña, hacía lo que tenía que hacer. Yo recuerdo que le gritaba mucho a algunos de ustedes cuando Fernández, el trainer aquel,
Fernando Montes.
Fernando Montes hacía cosas y algunos de ustedes iba lento y él allá, pues, así no vamos a ganar un campeonato. Pero no, era de verdad un líder, un líder que la gente no sabía, un líder porque siempre pues, te miraban a ti, miraban a Santito, miraban a los otros, pero él era el que podía bregar con Albert Belle y Manny Ramírez. Eso tiene que haber sido, señores.
Y lo que te decía era verdad. Tú veías a Kenny corriendo por detrás de ellos a coger las bolas. Una cosa increíble. Era una cosa que estos tipos estaban dormidos completamente.
No, pues
la bola o algo, él tenía que correr ese centrofield de lado a lado.
Pero tú sabes lo bueno que ustedes, unidos con él, lógico que es el que tiene que estar allí, el poder bregar con la situación, nada. Voy, busco la bola, la tiro, como él dijo, me voy a hacer profil, no digo nada. Ya yo sé que aquel está molesto, aquel está esto, porque hoy en día eso no pasa.
Oye, ¿tú sabes dónde hablábamos todas esas cosas? No era en el parque. Cuando nos botábamos en la guagua, que estábamos en el road trip, esa guagua para
calladito.
O para el hotel, o para el avión. Mira, ahí era que se paraba el hombre. Manny, tú tienes que... Oye, nosotros disfrutamos. Era un equipo que de verdad era unido, completamente unido.